Rodin Motorsport have announced their lineup for the 2025 FIA Formula 3 Championship. Some familiar faces to their lineup, but they also bring some new talent into the championship as well. Let's announce all the drivers then we'll go through them one by one. So they will be bringing in for the 2025 season Callum Voisin, Louis Sharp, and Roman Bilinski. Interesting lineup, this one. Callum Voisin, a great driver to hold on to, really, after the performances he put in last year, putting them back on the top step of the podium at Spa for the first time since Alex Lynn did it 10 years previously. Was a superb performance by him, and we can't discount his drives at Silverstone as well. Many would have expected Callum Voisin would have been moving higher up the grid, with all respect to Rodin Motorsport, who have famously struggled at this level for a long time. But a very good hold, I think it's fair to say, for them to keep Callum Voisin within their setup. They've also got Louis Sharp coming into the team, GB3 champion. So bringing in a champion who we can expect is going to be coming in with a lot of confidence, a lot of pace. That confidence of a winning driver always goes a long way, and Louis Sharp has done some really good things over the last 2 years. And then we've got Roman Bilinski. Now, he suffered a big injury last year, which put him out the seat for a long time. But he's shown good pace in FRECA that's put him on the podium. He's done good things over the other side of the world in the off-season as well. He's going to be going into Rodin Motorsport for his first season in FIA Formula 3. I think this a lineup, and we'll get the views of Feeder Series F3 editor Tori Turner on this, but for me, this screams a lineup of Rodin Motorsport are starting to move up the order in Formula 3, and this lineup for me confirms that they will continue to do that in 2025. Let's now get the views of Tori Turner.
Like you said, Rodin have an extremely amazing lineup for 2025. I mean, they have 2 GB3 champions in their lineup alone. That's not counting all the other titles that the drivers have. Obviously, I think it will be a big question of if the new car kind of gets rid of the progress that they had seemed to make at the end of 2024. Obviously, they were amazing in both Spa and Silverstone with Voisin's win. I do think, will they have another tricky start to the season and then we'll see something similar? I don't know. But I do think they have a lot of potential with their drivers, so it would kind of be a shame to see that wasted. But obviously, with Voisin, it's his second season with the team. He obviously turned his season around from Silverstone onwards. I was there at Silverstone. I don't think there was a race that had the same atmosphere, with the British drivers obviously winning and placing on the podium all weekend. And that race in the rain was absolutely incredible. You didn't really know what was happening half the time. And when Rodin fixed their issues, Voisin really thrived with the team, and you could really see that he was one to watch. He had a huge streak of points from Silverstone until his Spa feature race as well, which kind of shows that when it works for him. I do think he'll kind of be taking a leadership role for his teammates. Obviously, he's got 2 rookies. I am excited to see how both him and Rodin build on his results last year. But like I said, I think it's all completely dependent on the progress of the team. And Louis Sharp, I think he's kind of New Zealand's next hope for motorsport and upcoming talent after Liam Lawson. I think there's that link with Rodin. They were both backed by Rodin originally. So I think it makes sense for him to stay with Rodin, obviously. He's also been focusing on British single-seater series for the past few years. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how he works in like European circuits, and obviously Australia too. Sort of a home race for him. Controversial to call it a home race, but I know a lot of people say that it is. Obviously, he won 5 races in GB3 last year, which is quite good on that level. He's also won British F4, so it kind of shows that he's been kind of flourishing in that sort of like circuit. So maybe one to watch at Silverstone too, potentially. And Bilinski, I think last year would have been a big what if would have happened if he hadn't have had his like injury. He had an incredible start to the year by winning Formula Regional Oceania. I mean, he had 6 wins in that series alone, which kind of shows that he he is really one to watch. And he had a good start to Frecker as well before his injury. I mean, I totally think he would have been up there challenging for the title. And he was just, you kind of felt bad. You were like, you were on for such a good season, and it was just so unfortunate. And obviously, it was kind of a miraculous recovery as well for him to come back, even after a few rounds missing that out. And even after he returned, he had 6 points finishes after 8, which, I mean, is just incredible in itself. So I think this season, I'm really interested to see how he does. I'll definitely be rooting for him. And I think Rodin, I hope they do well. That's my personal view. I kind of want them to do well after last year and their kind of upwards trajectory. So, yeah.
I think a lot of people, some great points from Tori Turner. I think a lot of people will be wanting Rodin Motorsport to do well. We can't forget the support on social media Roman Bilinski carries, particularly after his miraculous recovery, as Tori Turner put it. But we've got 3 drivers, Callum Voisin carrying the British flag, Louis Sharp carrying the New Zealand flag, Roman Bilinski carrying the Polish flag. But as Tori said, they've all come through years racing on the British circuits here. How will that help them now as they go into this season with Rodin Motorsport? On this new car, they have to do a lot of learning. It will be very interesting to see. Not being biased, but I think that might do them some good. That's our thoughts. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.